The shocking truth, your favorite miracle spice could be sabotaging your health after 60. The intro, a secret threat, hiding in plain sight. FOMO hook. You are doing everything right. You eat well, stay active, and meticulously manage your health, yet you are still fighting that frustrating battle against stubborn weight gain, relentless low energy, or the creeping discomfort of inflammation. You are certainly not alone in this struggle, and here is a secret that your doctor and even your favorite health gurus are likely missing. What if the very thing you consider a miracle weapon against aging and disease is, under specific circumstances, becoming a hidden threat? We are talking about turmeric, that golden spice lauded for its powerful anti-inflammatory benefits. Today, we must confront a dangerous reality. After the age of 60, you should never combine turmeric with 3 seemingly innocent everyday foods. The interactions that occur inside your aging body are not minor. They can quietly dismantle your metabolism, wreak havoc on your hormones, and lead to serious, long-term health problems. If you want to continue aging strong, lean, energetic, and resilient, understanding this context, what to avoid and when, is no longer optional. Your longevity depends not just on which foods you eat, but on which foods you critically choose to pair together. Chapter 1. Why your body's chemistry changes the rules for turmeric. As you move past your 60s, the fundamental chemistry within your body shifts, drastically altering its ability to process powerful compounds like those found in turmeric. This is not a judgment, but a biological fact. Your body's major metabolic systems become more fragile. Your liver, the master command center for detoxification and metabolism, begins to slow down, losing up to 10% of its enzymatic capacity with every decade after your 40s. These crucial phase 1 and phase 2 detox enzymes are responsible for breaking down everything you consume, including curcumin, the active compound in turmeric. When this process becomes sluggish, the way your body handles curcumin changes dramatically. In your younger years, the liver effortlessly processes turmeric, converting it into anti-inflammatory metabolites that benefit your entire system. By your 60s, however, the same process can falter, allowing the curcumin to linger longer in your system, especially when consumed with the wrong companion foods. Imagine your liver as a sophisticated water filtration system. When it's new, the filter is pristine, allowing a smooth, fast flow of water. Over time, sediment builds up, the flow slows, and impurities start to leak through. Turmeric, when processed by a younger liver, is filtered smoothly into healing molecules. But when your filter is older, perhaps already congested by accumulated toxins or medication residues, the same dose of turmeric can overwhelm the system. What the latest research reveals is that aging reduces both bile flow and the activity of glutathione, 2 elements critical for the liver to manage compounds like turmeric effectively. Low bile means curcumin cannot dissolve and move efficiently, and low glutathione means your liver cannot neutralize its byproducts as effectively, turning what should be an anti-inflammatory effect into a metabolic burden. Furthermore, because turmeric is fat-soluble and requires healthy fats for absorption, the age-related decline in your body's ability to digest and emulsify fats due to lower bile acid production presents a challenge. If you pair turmeric with heavy, saturated, or fried foods, the curcumin can be absorbed too aggressively or, paradoxically, linger in your system, potentially leading to discomfort, irritation, and an elevated load on your liver. In short, your body's tolerance for what used to be healthy combinations has fundamentally changed. Chapter 2. The 3 foods you must never pair with turmeric after 60. Now that we understand the aging body's reduced capacity, we can identify the specific food pairings that shift turmeric from being a healing ally to a metabolic stressor. When you eat turmeric, it interacts with every other nutrient and enzyme in your meal, and for older adults whose metabolic and digestive functions are already compromised, 3 common food groups create an explosive, unhealthy reaction. 1. High-fat, saturated animal foods. This includes items like bacon, heavily marbled red meat, butter, ghee, and high-fat dairy. While turmeric is fat-soluble and needs fat for absorption, the problem in the aging body is clearance, not absorption. With bile flow potentially decreasing by up to 50% after 60, your liver struggles to process a heavy load of saturated fat and turmeric simultaneously. This forces turmeric's compounds to circulate longer than they should, necessitating repeated metabolism by an already tired liver. The result is congestion, not detoxification. And in sensitive individuals, this can even lead to the buildup of inflammatory byproducts and elevated liver enzymes. For those who enjoy turmeric in curries, a simple solution is to swap the high saturated fat base, like butter or ghee, for easily digestible monounsaturated fats, such as extra virgin olive oil or avocado oil, which improve curcumin uptake without slowing the liver's clearance process. 2. Pickled or fermented foods with high acidity. Foods like sauerkraut, kimchi, pickles, and vinegar-based dressings, while often promoted for gut health, are highly acidic. When consumed alongside turmeric, this acidity destabilizes and degrades the curcumin molecules before they can reach your intestines, rendering them less effective and, critically, more irritating to your gut lining. Older adults are susceptible to having a thinner mucosal barrier in the gut, and when turmeric is exposed to acid prematurely, it can form reactive compounds that actively aggravate the intestinal wall. Over time, this chronic irritation can contribute to leaky gut, allowing inflammatory molecules into the bloodstream and continuously burdening your immune system. To use these foods safely, you must space your turmeric intake and these acidic foods apart by at least 2 hours. Never consume them in the same meal. 3. Iron-rich animal foods. This category includes red meat, organ meats like liver, and certain shellfish. Curcumin is a strong binder of iron molecules, a property that is both a benefit and a serious risk. After 60, iron regulation becomes delicate. Usable iron can decline even as overall stored iron, ferritin, rises. When turmeric binds to the iron in your meal, it can prevent the necessary absorption of dietary iron in the small intestine, potentially contributing to fatigue or mild iron deficiency over time. Conversely, if you have excess stored iron, a condition common in older men, curcumin can paradoxically mobilize too much of it at once. This released, free iron generates oxidative stress in the liver, meaning the very spice you take to reduce inflammation becomes a pro-oxidant, increasing damage to your tissues. To avoid disrupting your essential mineral balance, separate turmeric from high iron meals by at least 3 to 4 hours, or consume it with light, plant-based meals that include vegetables or legumes. Chapter 3. The Dangerous Cascade, Gut-Liver Axis and Hormonal Imbalance. To truly grasp the danger of these pairings, we must look deeper into the interconnected systems that age first: the gut, the liver, and the hormonal network that links them, known as the gut-liver axis. With age, the gut barrier often weakens, allowing incompletely digested particles and toxins to leak into the bloodstream. This forces the liver, your processing partner, to neutralize an ever-increasing flow of waste. When turmeric is introduced into this already overburdened system, especially combined with fatty, acidic, or iron-rich foods, the digestive burden spikes exponentially. Fatty foods strain bile flow, acidic foods damage the intestinal lining, and iron catalyzes free radical formation. The liver's 2 detoxification phases fall out of sync. Phase 1, which generates reactive intermediates, outpaces phase 2, which neutralizes them. In younger bodies, the antioxidant systems quickly catch up, but in the over 60 body, with its lower antioxidant reserves, this imbalance lingers, causing those reactive intermediates to circulate longer and drive systemic oxidative damage. Turmeric, at high concentrations or when paired with heavy fats, can shift its role, acting paradoxically as a pro-oxidant, especially within aging cells. Beyond detox, the liver is essential for hormonal regulation, governing the clearance of estrogen, thyroid hormones, and cortisol. Overloading the liver through poor turmeric combinations slows this critical hormonal clearance. This can manifest as symptoms often mistakenly blamed on simple aging: chronic fatigue, stubborn weight gain, brain fog, and resistance to fat loss. Curcumin itself interacts subtly with hormone receptors, and when high levels build up due to poor clearance, it can mildly inhibit estrogen signaling, For postmenopausal women or older men with already shifting hormone levels, this can worsen an existing imbalance, particularly when the liver is already too busy clearing hormonal byproducts. The net effect is a vicious cycle. Instead of lowering inflammation and supporting hormonal health, turmeric under these conditions increases metabolic stress, leading to a surge in inflammation that your older body is ill-equipped to handle. Chapter 4. Turmeric, Medications and the Hidden Risk. Every senior must know. The interaction between turmeric and common medications is perhaps the most overlooked and riskiest aspect for adults over 60. Many prescriptions for blood pressure, cholesterol, arthritis, or diabetes share the exact same detoxification pathways, a family of liver enzymes known as cytochrome P450 that curcumin uses inside the liver. This overlap creates the potential for serious unintended consequences. Curcumin can either inhibit or stimulate these liver enzymes, and when you combine it with the 3 problem foods, its absorption becomes unpredictable, leading to fluctuating and unsafe blood levels of your medications. For instance, if you are on blood thinners like warfarin, curcumin naturally reduces blood clotting. Combining it with a heavy fatty meal dramatically spikes curcumin's absorption, essentially doubling the anticoagulant effect and increasing the risk of bruising or internal bleeding. Similarly, statins, cholesterol drugs, are metabolized through the same CYP3A4 pathway that curcumin influences. When turmeric is consumed with saturated fats, the liver's detox enzymes slow, delaying statin breakdown, which can lead to uncomfortable side effects like muscle soreness or elevated liver enzymes. Even common medications like metformin for blood sugar can be affected. Curcumin improves insulin sensitivity, but when its absorption fluctuates wildly due to food pairings, the combined effect on blood sugar can be uneven, leading to lightheadedness or energy crashes in a body whose insulin regulation is already more fragile. The liver is your multitasking traffic controller. When the highway is already jammed with heavy fats, iron, and prescription vehicles, the addition of turmeric causes congestion and confusion, leading to unpredictable and potentially dangerous drug levels. Chapter 5. The Safe Protocol for Longevity, Using Turmeric Wisely Beyond 60. The good news is that turmeric is not the enemy. The danger lies solely in the context and timing of its consumption. When used intelligently, turmeric can remain one of your most valuable allies for anti-inflammatory, brain-protective, and immune-supportive aging. The key is to create the right environment for your body to metabolize it properly. Timing and pairing is everything. Since your liver's detox enzymes are most active in the morning, the optimal time to take turmeric, whether in food or supplement form, is between breakfast and lunch. This ensures efficient absorption and safe clearance when bile flow is naturally at its peak. Avoid taking it late at night when your metabolism is slowing. When it comes to pairing, shift away from the congestive high saturated fats. Use plant-based fats, a light drizzle of extra virgin olive oil, a small amount of avocado oil, or a few slices of avocado, which are easy on the liver and promote smooth curcumin transport without slowing clearance. Critically, to safely enhance bioavailability, always add a tiny pinch of black pepper. The piperine in black pepper increases curcumin absorption by up to 2,000% by gently slowing the liver's breakdown, allowing your body more time to utilize the beneficial compounds. Hydration and dosage. Turmeric metabolism generates waste compounds that your liver and kidneys must clear. If you are dehydrated, these byproducts linger, increasing the burden on both organs. Aim for 6 to 8 glasses of clean water daily, spaced throughout the day to support smooth bile and waste elimination. For supplementation, consistency matters far more than quantity. Studies show that small, consistent doses, typically 250 to 500 milligram of standardized curcumin, support the anti-inflammatory balance without overwhelming the liver. If you are taking daily prescription medications, you must create a minimum 3 to 4 hour gap between your medication and your turmeric intake, and always consult your healthcare provider. Your metabolism is a symphony. When the instruments, liver, gut, hormones, are in tune and rhythm, turmeric acts as a beautiful note of harmony. If the system is off balance, the same note becomes noise. The goal is not to abandon turmeric, but to help your body play in tune again. The 3 forbidden pairings, why you must never combine turmeric with these foods. After 60. If you are a regular user of turmeric, whether in golden milk, curries, or supplement form, there are 3 specific foods that create a metabolic disruption when consumed together with the spice, burdening your liver and gut in a unique and harmful way. Understanding these interactions is key to transforming your longevity profile. 1. Heavy saturated fats and fatty meats. This category includes bacon, sausages, butter, ghee, and heavily marbled red meat. While the conventional wisdom is that turmeric needs fat for absorption, it is fat soluble. For the over 60 body, the problem is not absorption, it is clearance. Because bile flow decreases significantly with age, the liver struggles intensely to process both the heavy saturated fat load and the turmeric simultaneously. What results is metabolic congestion. Turmeric's compounds circulate longer than they should, forcing the liver to continuously remetabolize them. This cycle can lead to a buildup of inflammatory byproducts and, in sensitive individuals, elevated liver enzymes. Turmeric interacts with the same liver pathways, like CYP3A4, responsible for processing both these fats and many common medications. If the liver is slowed by saturated fat, the entire detoxification system grinds to a halt. If you enjoy turmeric in your cooking, the essential solution is to switch the fat base from heavy animal products like ghee or butter to easily metabolized monounsaturated fats like extra virgin olive oil or avocado oil. 2. Pickled or fermented foods with high acidity. Combining turmeric with highly acidic items such as vinegar-based pickles, sauerkraut, or kimchi creates a tricky chemical reaction. While fermented foods can support gut health in moderation, their high acidity destabilizes curcumin. When consumed together, the acid environment of the stomach and upper gut can break down the curcumin molecules prematurely, rendering them less bioavailable and more irritating to the delicate gut lining. Older adults frequently have a thinner mucosal barrier in the gut. If turmeric is exposed to acid too early, it can form reactive compounds that aggravate the intestinal wall, contributing over time to increased intestinal permeability, a phenomenon known as leaky gut. This allows inflammatory molecules to enter the bloodstream and place a significant burden on the immune system. The safe protocol here is simple. Space your turmeric intake, especially supplements or concentrated doses like golden milk, at least 2 hours apart from any highly acidic or vinegar-based foods. 3. Iron-rich animal foods. This category encompasses red meat, organ meats like liver, and iron-fortified cereals. Curcumin is known to bind strongly to iron molecules. While this property can be beneficial in cases of iron overload, it is harmful when the body needs stable iron balance. After 60, iron regulation becomes particularly delicate. Older individuals may have rising ferritin, stored iron, while usable iron declines, functional deficiency. When turmeric binds to the iron in your meal, it can prevent absorption in the small intestine, potentially contributing to mild iron deficiency symptoms like fatigue or low hemoglobin over time. Conversely, if you have excess stored iron, the curcumin can actually mobilize too much of it at once, leading to a burst of free radicals and oxidative stress in the liver. Curcumin acts like a magnet, and when paired with iron, it can pull that iron away from where your body needs it or release too much into circulation, transforming an anti-inflammatory spice into a pro-oxidative problem. To maintain mineral balance, separate your turmeric intake from high iron meals by a minimum of 3 to 4 hours and favor pairing it with plant-based meals that enhance detoxification. The deeper cascade: hormones, medications, and the gut-liver axis breakdown. The danger of these pairings is amplified because they assault the delicate interplay between your gut, liver, and hormonal network. When the gut barrier weakens with age, partially digested toxins and bacterial fragments leak into the bloodstream, a leaky gut, forcing an already overburdened liver to neutralize them. When a fatty, acidic, or iron-rich meal is introduced alongside turmeric, the digestive burden peaks sharply. Fatty foods slow bile flow, acidic foods increase oxidative stress in the intestinal lining, and iron catalyzes free radical formation. The result is that the liver's two detoxification phases, phase 1 and phase 2, fall out of sync. Phase 1 generates reactive intermediates and phase 2 neutralizes them. If phase 2 cannot keep up, which is common in the over 60 body with its lower antioxidant reserves, those toxic intermediates linger, driving oxidative damage to tissues. Instead of lowering inflammation, turmeric under these conditions can increase it. Crucially, the liver is also the master regulator of hormones like estrogen, thyroid hormones, and cortisol. Overloading the liver through these poor turmeric combinations slows the clearance of these hormones, leading to fatigue, stubborn weight gain, brain fog, and belly fat, symptoms often mistakenly blamed on just aging. High curcumin levels themselves interact with hormone receptors, and when combined with a liver that is struggling to clear both the spice and excess hormones, it can worsen hormonal imbalance, especially in postmenopausal women or older men with shifting levels. Furthermore, almost every adult over 60 uses daily prescriptions for blood pressure, cholesterol, arthritis, or blood sugar. And these drugs share the exact same detoxification pathways in the liver, the CEP450 family of enzymes that curcumin uses. This is where the food pairings become medically risky. If you eat turmeric alongside high-fat foods, the resulting absorption spike can unpredictably amplify the effects of medications. For example, curcumin naturally reduces blood clotting, and combining it with blood thinners like warfarin while simultaneously having high-fat food spike the absorption can dangerously double the anticoagulant effect, raising the risk of bruising or internal bleeding. Similarly, statins, cholesterol drugs, and diabetes drugs like metformin are metabolized via the same paths. When the liver is congested by heavy fats and iron, the breakdown of these medications is delayed, leading to elevated drug levels and potential side effects like muscle soreness or uneven blood sugar control. The golden rule must be: space your turmeric intake 3 to 4 hours apart from any prescription medication. The SAFE protocol: how to use turmeric wisely and preserve its benefits beyond 60. The remarkable good news is that turmeric is not the enemy. The problem lies solely in context and timing. When used intelligently, turmeric remains one of the most valuable tools for reducing inflammation, improving circulation, and supporting cognitive health as you age. The key is to create the right environment for your body to metabolize it properly. Master the timing and pairing. Because your digestive efficiency slows and your liver's detox enzymes are most active in the morning hours, the optimal time to consume turmeric, whether as a supplement or in food, is between breakfast and lunch. This utilizes your body's naturally higher bile flow for efficient absorption and safe clearance. Avoid taking it late at night when your metabolism is winding down. When it comes to pairing, shift away from the heavy fats and exclusively use light, plant-based fats such as extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, or a few slices of avocado. These support smooth curcumin transport without overloading the liver. Crucially, always combine it with a small pinch of black pepper, which contains piperine, a compound that gently slows the liver's breakdown of curcumin, increasing its bioavailability by up to 2,000% without stressing the system. Focus on meal composition and dosage. Add turmeric to light, plant-centered dishes like lentil soups, vegetable curries, or sautéed greens, foods rich in natural antioxidants and fiber that support detoxification. Strictly avoid adding it to meals that are acidic or high in animal source iron. For supplementation, look for advanced bioavailable formulations of curcumin, such as those labeled with phospholipids like curcumin phytosome, which are more stable in the aging gut and less likely to cause a liver burden. The typical safe dose for longevity and anti-inflammation is a conservative 250 to 500 mg per day, taken with food. Support the system. Finally, remember that consistency matters more than quantity. Small, daily, wisely used amounts are more powerful than massive, irregular doses. Always prioritize hydration, aiming for 6 to 8 glasses of clean water daily, as it is essential for the liver and kidneys to eliminate the waste compounds generated during curcumin metabolism. Think of your metabolism as a symphony where every organ plays its part: the liver, gut, pancreas, and hormones. When the instruments are tuned and in rhythm, turmeric acts as a beautiful note of harmony. If the system is off balance due to poor food pairings, the same note becomes noise. The goal is not to abandon turmeric, but to help your body play in tune again.